My name is Paul Yanoni, and I'm going to talk to you about the small business that I went to interview. So to start off, I interviewed a man by the name of David Martinez. He is the owner of Central Paint and Body, and it is family owned and operated, and it's here in Albuquerque. So my first question to him was, how long have you been doing this? So he responded to me that he's been doing this for about 40 years now. And he also told me that during those 40 years, it wasn't always the best. The first few years he struggled because he really didn't have that business experience. And I'll be talking to you guys more about that later on in this presentation. So my second question to him was, when did you start your business and what made you get into this type of trade? So his biggest thing was wanting to help his father, because his father was actually the one that had started the business. He really didn't have any experience, but as he got a little bit older, he wanted to learn, and he made it to where he eventually got good at working on cars as far as the body work is concerned. So that's pretty much why he wanted to get into this type of trade. So my third question was, what got him motivated to start a business like this? So just to give you guys a little bit more information on and background on the business, it's, like I said, it's been run by David's family since 1950. His father first started this business, and like I said, as David got older, he was taught how to fix the bodywork of cars. He worked on them for a few years, and then he decided to go to college. So he attended college for 2 years, but had to cut it a little bit short because his dad got real sick. So what he did was he took the responsibility of keeping that business going while his dad was trying to get better, but eventually a few years later his dad ended up passing. So he really had the responsibility of taking over this business. So that's pretty much his motivation for continuing this business. So my fourth question was, what difficulties did you face when you first started this company, and how did you continue to stay successful? So his response to me was that his biggest difficulties of taking over a business is learning the actual business end of it. He said that doing the work on the vehicles isn't that much of a challenge. It's learning how to run the business the proper way. He said that payroll taxes and federal taxes were the hardest part of learning the actual business side of business. So he hired an accountant, and it really didn't work out like he had wanted. So he was in a situation of either trying to get the business back on track or close the doors and find something else to do. So eventually he picked up the business. He picked the business back up, and is now doing pretty well. And right now he's making the attempt to train one of his sons to kind of take over the business eventually and continue the tradition once he decides he wants to retire. So my fifth and final question to him was, do you plan on growing the company or you have now, or are you satisfied with the size of it now? So his response to me was that he was satisfied with the size that he has now because it's a lot easier to keep track of his employees and everything else, and he doesn't feel comfortable enough hiring a manager or even having his son take over yet, and not getting the same amount of effort that he has put throughout the years, and as well as his father. So that's pretty much, he's satisfied with what he has there, and there's a picture right there of actually what the place looks like. And that's it. Those are my references, and thank you guys for listening.